Be sure to smash the like button. Mama said there'll be days just like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. All right. Ashley. They've been wanting you all day. They've been wanting to say, Lord, man, where Ash is going, man? When she gonna come back home, man? I'm tired of you, Lord. I need to hear from her. You know.
What's up, Law? What's going on, Law Nation? We are back, man. It's Wednesday.
Yo.
We need to be calling this Wild Out Wednesday.
Wild out. Wild out.
This what we need to be calling this Wild Out Wednesday, because we wilding out, and y'all know that there has been some stuff that has transpired since the last time I was on Law Nation.
Yeah.
We definitely gotta talk about it, Law, because I'm not.
Yeah. Which one you like? We already talked about Gilmore because that was an option that we got a chance to talk about that. And then all of a sudden, the Dallas Cowboys went and got an actual wide receiver to help us out in so many ways, in so many fashions. What are your thoughts? What's your initial thoughts of this guy right here?
Okay, so my initial thoughts of Brandon Cook. Listen, he's certainly not a scrub. He can play the game of football. He's a good fit for us. Definitely better than your boy. James Watt? What'd you say?
Washington.
That's what you say right there. And obviously an upgrade over that guy, and obviously an upgrade over Noah Brown. So he's a serviceable wide receiver, man. 6 1,000-yard seasons.
Right.
Cooks is solid. He's a solid guy. What's up with you? We text on the side, and man, that some of Cowboys Nation ain't happy with you, Law. What's going on, man?
Right. Initially, I was under the impression that he will be coming on as the guy for $26 million, but the news. I went live immediately.
Yeah.
Didn't look into the recipe, the ingredients of it. I said, oh, man, we got it, man. $26 million. Man, they must be out of their mind, man.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
What's going on, man? We could have kept X, Y, and Z, right? Then it went from 26 to 20 million, right?
Yes.
And then another report came out saying that, hey, it's 12 million. So I was live for about an hour in about this dude. And then it was like, all right, damn, I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was fighting for mine, and then I said, you know what? I conceded. Yeah, I was wrong with it. 12 million is a whole lot different of a picture than 18 million. And
so your real beef was the money aspect of it.
The money. Yeah, we already know he's better than James Washington, but not $26 million I was willing to eat. But now when we look back at everything, that's why they say slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. And I was already out there running the race, not being slow and steady. And I was wrong. But I like it now because the Jones family, they done finagled and finessed it, and they got it all the way down to $6 million.
Yes. And so, listen, I'm an emotional Cowboys fan. I'm your emotional person. Okay, people.
Okay.
So my initial reaction to the trade, y'all know for the last couple of weeks who I've been all in on, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been all in on DeAndre Hopkins in my in my Law Nation voice. You know what I'm saying? So, initially I was upset about that. I still got some beef with it a little bit. Because DeAndre Hopkins tell you to come and get him, and you come and get him. And he was willing to take a pay cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, come get me, and I'm it's gonna be a little discounted. I got you. Right. They didn't make it happen, but just letting it, simmer in, letting it kind of like resonate a bit. Again, he's better. He's certainly an upgrade at that wide receiver spot that we had. With those two guys, I can't even, act like it's not. He'll be solid for us. Just me trying to be the optimistic Cowboys fan here.
No doubt. So right before we jump live,
are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
You was talking about this on your post. Can you give some details of what's all going on?
Let's read it. Let's read it. Okay. The Cardinals will not be able to get their initial asking price of a second-round pick and another asset in a trade for wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. He thinks it'll be closer to the Cowboys' Brandon Cooks trade of a 5th and a 6th-round pick. Put the camera back on me. Put the camera back on me.
Ooh wee.
So here's my deal, okay? And this has always been my beef with the Cowboys in your front office.
Okay.
First of all, I don't know why all of a sudden it can't be the 2nd-round pick. People were really tripping about us having to give up that 2nd-round pick.
Right.
My opinion is because we didn't give that up, this 2nd-round pick better be the second coming of somebody. Because y'all are just super insane. We do what I Googled the last 10 2nd-round picks, and we do relatively well. DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Smith, Randy Gregory. We do relatively well. Out of those 10, I'm gonna say about 3 or 4, to be honest with you. Kind of like panned out to be what we thought they would be as a 2nd-round pick, right?
Yeah.
But this 2nd-round pick better be the second coming of the Lord Jesus Christ himself. For y'all to be beefing about not giving up their 2nd-round pick. Furthermore, this new report is just a report. I don't know the true validity of the report.
Right.
But if that is the case, then that tells me that my front office didn't even pick up the phone to find out, in fact, we actually can't get that 2nd-round pick and anything additional. We can actually settle for a 5th or 6th-round pick. And I don't care what none of y'all say in these comments or listening on the stream once we're not live anymore. You are not taking Brandon Cooks for a 5th or 6th-round pick over DeAndre Hopkins for a 5th or 6th-round pick.
Okay.
That's what it's looking like.
That's what it's looking like so far.
That upsets me. That bothers me.
That upsets, and that's furious and frustrations. I feel you with that. So this could mean also that by us now doing that, you know, how the trade market is and everything and the value assessments, now that DeAndre Hopkins stock is dropping now, you know, according to that report and according to everything, would you give up a 5th or a 6th-round draft pick for DeAndre Hopkins right now in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? You know, let me see.
Asking me. You asking me.
You know, because I already know, because you was willing to give up a 1st, man. You know, I already know.
Listen. I can't. Listen, Law. I'm ready to win now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. I don't know if you know my guy Nick's. Everybody that's Cowboy, y'all probably know Nick's. You know, he had a couple of spaces the last couple of weeks. The last week. He's had a few spaces going on Twitter, and there was some people that came in there with some great points. We need to just focus on trying to win the season and not being so focused on winning the offseason. I understand that slow and steady wins the race, but damn, Law, how much slower we gonna be? We haven't won in 30 years.
We haven't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, let me tell you something. Brandon Cooks is an incredible player. Is he a game-changing player? Is he a playmaker where he can overcome the deficiencies of whatever bad ball Dak may throw or whatever the defense may get? Can he not the way DeAndre Hopkins can? He just can't. So that's kind of what I was just looking for, that big bow, that big splash. You know
big splash.
And it's fine. If we can run out there and get him now, that'll be absolutely fine. Listen, I'm not going nowhere. I could talk all this trash about Cowboys and one, so I ain't going nowhere. I gotta deal with Brandon Cooks. I gotta be okay with it.
Yeah. We're gonna be shooting arrows and everything. We're gonna be out here shooting arrows whenever he score a touchdown. And if I know,
I'm going to support. I'm going to cheer. I'm going to be happy when he does what he has to do to get this offense rolling. And I believe he will. I think that he's a solid guy. He's going to be good for the offense. I'm not really worried about that. But Dallas offense is always top 5 and you know, offensively. But we can't ever get over the hump. Can we get over the hump with Brandon Cooks?
Optimistically, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to say
That's
no.
a great answer.
And the reason why, I just know And y'all say it with me. He's better than Noah Brown. He is better than my guy right now, MG13. Please don't send your goons after me. Right now, he is better than what we had out of Jalen Tolbert, Dennis Houston. Week 1, we had Dennis Houston. Shout out to his family and all of his people that follow the channel as well. Say it with me one more time, y'all. He is better than James Washington. So if this team last season was 12-5 without him, I'm quite sure we can be a +2 win with him, So I look at it from that perspective. I look at this team as moving different.
I'm not talking about the wins. I'm not worried about the wins. We're gonna get the wins. We can get the wins in our sleep. That's not an issue. I'm talking about when it's time to get over the hump. And that hump may present itself in the form of the San Francisco 49ers for a 3rd straight year. Yeah. Is he enough?
I mean, I'm trying to better my best.
This is obviously all before the draft.
Okay.
You're obviously, we're just talking about like right now.
Right now.
I understand that we got the draft coming up. I understand that free agency is still in play. I understand that we may bring another body in. I completely get that. But I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind OBJ at this point either.
Whoa, wait a minute. He put a boomerang. He threw something at me. You switched it up on me right about
DeAndre Hopkins. I can take Brandon Cooks and OBJ.
So, from my understanding, you all land on either or. Either it's Odell Beckham or I say Brandon Hopkins or DeAndre Hopkins. Here's the thing though. Bill Parcells says, if you think you're great at a spot, draft again. If it's available, then go ahead and do it. If and I'm saying this casually, if DeAndre Hopkins is available for a 5th or a 6th, take a swing at it because at minimum, he's better than Simi Fehoko, he's better than Michael Gallup, and he will push even more on CeeDee Lamb to be even greater. So all of those things will manifest itself into greatness. Now, as far as the Odell Beckham situation and scenario, he's talking about he's not box wine. He know his value and things like that. And truth be told, there's nothing wrong with box wine, by the way. That box wine will put you straight to sleep. But I get what he's saying. But at some point, 31 other teams is looking at Odell Beckham, and they are saying, let us see under the hood. And he's not allowing that. So no one buys the car without seeing under the hood. So I got to see under the hood with Odell. Until then, I'm out. I'm not buying.
I feel that too, obviously. Mm-hmm. Obviously, things have to occur. You know what I mean? But if we get to see under that hood and we like what we see.
Oh, yeah. I'm purchasing. I'm buying.
Plus OBJ would be equivalent of DeAndre Hopkins for me.
And I see where you coming from the mindset. A third of the people probably don't even like you now. Ashley, man, I can't stand it now. But you're trying not to do what we've been doing for the last 27 years. And you're trying to make some moves out here so we can be different.
Shout out to the front office for doing something different. I can't remember the last time we was this active in the trade in the free agency, market. I can't remember. We are said this last week. We are typically a very draft heavy organization. So shout out to us for making moves in the free agency. That's different. That's something different. That's a step in the right direction.
It clearly is. And everybody, like Ashley just said, this is all before the actual draft. The draft changes so much. There will be other teams releasing some of their veteran guys because they said, man, dang, they drafted Jackson Smith and Jigba. They no longer need X, Y, and Z. Or they draft a Jalen Hyatt. They no longer need another X, Y, and Z. So the temperatures of the water can change. We are still in March, y'all.
Correct.
There's no Super Bowl given out in March.
That's correct. And that's what I'm saying. There could be some moves that could be made that make me be like, what I mean? Obviously, we still got to address the need at running back. I mean, we signed Ronald Jones.
We did.
But he's not the answer.
Definitely not. So when you think of Ronald Jones, what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on Ronald?
No, the screen is not frozen. I'm here. I'm just you know, I mean, how old is Ronald Jones, man?
I want to say 26.
Well, how many years he been in the league?
6 years or 7. Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah. 2-time Super Bowl champion.
He's a serviceable running back, pairing him with Pollard. So I'm not. I mean, we needed a running back. How much are we
paying him about $1 million? I think they paying
cheap.
him food stamp,
serviceable
money.
bridge guy. I expect for us to pick up a running back in free agency. I mean, I'm sorry, in the draft. So, you know, of course we all want who we want.
Right.
Bijan. Right. But you know, he's likely not going to drop to 26. Again, the draft class is pretty deep with running back. So we'll grab a running back, I'm sure, in the draft at some point. So I mean, he's serviceable. You know, Pollard will be back coming off of the injury. You know, they'll do what they have to do with 1, 2, maybe 3 punches. You know, with the combo in the backfield. So. We got a good, solid running game. You know, we're running the ball anywhere between 20 to 25 times a game. That's on minimum for me, for us to be a successful offense, take some of that pressure off of Dak. As long as we can get guys back there that are able to give us those type of, you know, they get those touches every game, I'm good.
They said he's 25. So that's
25. Another aspect of the offense that that could be great. And then that could make the wide receiving core look even better. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Here's the thing. We got, and y'all write this down. We got a new offensive coordinator, 1. We got a new offensive line coach, Mike Solari. That's 2. We got a new running back coach. That's 3. And 4, Mike McCarthy will be calling the plays. And here's the thing. We will not look like the same team last year. So we can't apply the thoughts on how we ran the ball last year to this year. We're going to utilize, I believe, 3 running backs. Yeah. I think that's what they're going to do. Yeah. And they're going to spread the lifespan of Tony Pollard. My number one thing would be, yes, we did all of the moving of the furniture around, but let's just go ahead and get these pieces together. Terrence Steele, go ahead, stop playing around with him. Go ahead and give him a long-term contract, right? Right. And then go ahead and start working on a Trayvon Diggs situation and scenario. That's what I believe that the Cowboys' next move should be, outside of signing Jonathan Hankins, though, by the way.
Hankins, I was going to say, we definitely need to, you know, make sure that we do right by Hankins as well. I mean, listen, we're having a compared to years past when we had to wait till the end of April to decide if we were having a good off season. We're having a good off season. They're doing something. If they weren't doing anything, I'd be even more pissed. So we're doing something.
Yes. So at this point, what are your thoughts on Bobby Wags? Is that the cherry on the top, or he just too long in the tooth?
Nah, I think Bobby Wags is still serviceable, still solid. Would help us address the run. You know, the issue that we have with having folks run the ball on us. He definitely help out with that. Bobby Wagner wanted us to get him last year or the year before.
He wanted us last year.
That was last year.
It came down to, I think, the final 3 or 4 teams: Ravens, LA, and the Cowboys. And to live and die in LA, I've heard he's from that area. The weather is nice and everything. And he was like, shoot, they're coming off of the Super Bowl too. Let me check out LA.
Yeah. And that was cool for him. I'm in on Bobby Wagner. I think Bobby Wagner would be, you know, a good fit for the defense. You know me, I love me some defense. So I'm all about strengthening the defense, making it even better than what it is. And Bobby Wagner would again address some deficiencies that we have. He's long in the tooth, but he's a serviceable long in the tooth. What you think about him?
Indeed.
You in on him?
I'm all in. He can have 3 long teeth. You know what I'm saying? I think he got 3 long teeth, not just 1 tooth. So look, bring him out there. And even at his age, he performed better than all of the linebackers that we had over here. 6 sacks, 2 INTs. That's nothing to sneeze at. And he led, I believe, that team in tackles, plus and pressure. So bring that to the table. I would love to have that. You're not alone too, Ashley. Yeah. Brandy right here says we had the same reaction, no D-Hop. You see, you got somebody in your corner over there, you know?
Yeah. Listen, a lot of them is in my corner. They just don't want to put it out there.
Nah, they ain't gonna put it out there.
Because listen, I want to be very clear. I understand the money. I understand that he is, skill-wise, a better fit. You know what I mean? As far as how he can open things up for us, I understand all of that. I understand that it looks good on again, money-wise, it look good on paper. I get that. I am not, but we're not going to act like that DeAndre Hopkins just couldn't have been an option at all. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah.
But it's hard, though. I ain't going to even lie. Here's the thing with the community. You can be right but wrong all off season. And then after the season hit, then they be like, dang, Ash was right. You know what I'm saying? They should have at least pushed the envelope. And that's how I was last year. All off season, I was like, DK, man, go bring him in. And then everybody like, nah, Law, man, we got this dude that's same height as DK. He just needs the opportunities and the chance. And his name is Simi Fihoko. You give him a chance and an opportunity, man, he can do things that DK can't do. Oh, and excuse me, we got Michael Gallup. We got all of these guys. We don't need that many guys out here for this particular team. And I was sitting there like, nah. But neither here nor there. What's your thoughts on this kid?
I like Simi, man. You know, he big body, can go up. I put some money on him with the 50-50 balls. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad. I like what I see. I was certainly. I'm not. I wouldn't be mad at seeing how it would go.
Yes, indeed.
I wouldn't be mad at seeing how it would go.
No doubt. Peg says we almost signed over Beckham today. Nah, there's no news. It was breaking news over here. I haven't heard that unless he thought we were saying that. Yeah, give it that we almost signed him today. Nah, that's not the case nor the scenario. Yeah. But I would say this, y'all. The draft is right around the corner. We got a bevy of wide receivers we can look at, but I think that this draft makes it that now we are drafting best player available. You don't have to go out there and rush and go sign a guy. You can sit back now and you solidify most of your needs through the free agency, right? Yes. And through expectations. Our expectations right now is that Brandon Cooks is going to be a guy that can take pressure and alleviate some of the pain that we were seeing out of the team from the other wide receivers. And this should help Dak Prescott out. And, he got a new tattoo going all down his leg and everything. So hopefully that'll help him out too,
Yeah. How do you feel about, let me ask you,
talk to me.
Do you feel like, I'm asking you and I'm asking everybody in the chat, just prior to the draft, this is pre-draft talk, obviously.
Right.
Who do you feel will have like a breakout season with us? Like, who do you feel? Do you think it would be Cooks? Do you think that Cooks being out there opens up CD to have a monster season? Yeah, like what do you see? Do you feel like, with Pollard being a primary back, that we'll see him go crazy? Maybe even be in a conversation for the Russian title this year. Like, do we feel like Dak will just go nuts? Micah, who do you, if you had to give me one player? What
about one on offense?
I was going to say one on, I wasn't going to put that much pressure on you.
In the words of
I wasn't gonna put that much pressure on you.
In the words of Dak Prescott, pressure is a privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Defense, who you got?
All right. So on the defense,
sure.
Parsons said, now, of course, you can't break out that you're already broken out of, right? But Parsons said he already was in his prime, right? Now it's time for him to, he said in a weird way, now it's time for him to get even better, because his first 2 seasons, he was pretty much thinking, learning, and developing. Yeah. So now he knows it. It's his 3rd season. as a guy that's finna come in and he's finna break the mold, basically. So it's finna be a situation whereas hands down, he would be the undisputed defensive player of the year next season. On the 2023 season, it will be, dare I say, Michael Parsons. So y'all look out and y'all be ready for that. Hey, there's low-hanging fruit, like duh, Law, he's Michael Parsons, right? And unless they go draft Trent Simmons. You know,
and
Simpsons, you know
remember, Micah was pissed that he didn't get one first ballot vote or something. Yeah. He was pissed.
Yeah.
And you don't want to piss off the lion. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So he gonna be ready for the next season. And I'm gonna tell you guys, that lion, he's gonna be ready to gobble up. And I'm just saying, on the offensive side, it got to be 4.
Ooh.
It got to be 4.
Tell me how that happens, though, Lo.
Because here's the reason why. And we've been waiting for this to happen over and over again and these sorts of things. But I look at it like when Russell Wilson was in his bag, it was a situation whereas they had the same offensive coordinator here now, Bobby, not Bobby, but Brian Schottenheimer. And I look at it like that, whereas CeeDee Lamb showed his what off last season on the tail end. Yes, indeed. And that's 5 games without Dak Prescott, ladies and gentlemen. So if healthy, Dak Prescott in this system, West Coast offense, with everything, a Brandon Cooks that can take the top off. You're going to have some guys that can work the underneath like CeeDee Lamb, who's not afraid to double move to take the top off too. And on top of that, with the running back situation, I think that they're going to have this 3-headed monster, the fresh legs. Hey, it's time for you. It's time for you. It's time for you to go. And this team, although Mike McCarthy, Big Mike said, hey, I'm not striving to be the number 1 offense in the National Football League, but organically, if we get everything blocked up front and these boys and this system, that gonna cook. You look, call me Homer. It's finna be MVP Dak time.
Listen, I hope to see it. And I'm gonna roll with you offensively. Okay. I think it gotta be Dak. I think it gotta be 4. I think it's time for him to legitimately step. You know what? Y'all don't understand how much caping, how much defending I do on a day-to-day basis for Rain Dakota Prescott. And that's cool. That's my quarterback. That don't bother me. But I'm sick of he's in the same tier as Derek Carr. He's in the same tier as Kirk Cousins. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it. And I have clapped back for it, of course. But I don't even want that to be rolling off of people's tongues no more. I think that this is the year where he will legitimately solidify top 10 quarterback status. Not top 10, top 15-ish, top 12-ish. No. Legitimately solidify top 10 status. Right. Legitimately solidify elite status. And I can't wait to see it. I think, like you said, with Brandon Cooks being able to, blow the top off the defense, CD emerging like he emerged last year, even becoming more of a security blanket and a comfort for Dak last year. They built really, really good. They built really, really good chemistry. And again, no more Kellen Moore.
No more button hooks.
No more no more Kellen Moore really being able to see. And I'm interested in seeing McCarthy too, because listen, that was one of the chief complaints from the Packers and their fan base was that he wasn't able to adapt with the times. He wasn't able to, not be such an old school head coach and play caller. I'm interested in seeing after being with this team for 2 years, 3 years. I'm interested in seeing now, like what he draws up, what he cooks up, how much of the playbook he allows to just be wide open for Dak and just let Dak do his thing. I would love, again, he did it more last year than he has in a couple of years, but I want to see Dak use his legs more. That opens up a completely entire different dimension of the offense. I need to see him run more. I need to see that be an option. doing that. Yeah, man. With the weapons that we have, and if we grab another weapon, if we grab D Hop, if we grab OBJ, if we grab a really dope wide receiver in the draft, I'm interested in seeing what he'll do with it. Defensively.
See, I done took the easy answer. I made it hard for you,
You did take the easy answer, and I'm not following suit with that. I ain't following suit with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's on my nerves. I think he solidified enough last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he takes it up a whole nother notch this year where there is literally no question. I like Trayvon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I say that because I feel like they're going to pick on him a bit more because you got Gilly on the other side. They're going to pick on Trayvon more, and I think that he's going to make them pay for
it. This is what they're going to do. They're going to put hear me out.
Okay.
They're going to put Trayvon Diggs on the number 2 wide receiver. Roll coverage that way. They're going to have Gilly locked down on the number 1. I think that they used this operation before. Trayvon Diggs normally covered the number 1.
Correct.
Right. And I get it. Team stopped throwing it his way. So I look at it now is the dog Trayvon Diggs now can do the same plan and procedure that the Cowboys did when Prime was here. They put Prime on the number 2 wide receiver. And they allowed Larry Brown to cover the number 1 and roll coverage his way. So it's all going to be about roll coverages, and we're still going to have cover 3 principles. I think that the Cowboys, we are a defensive tackle and a linebacker away from being, and I hate throwing this word around, in elite defense. Charge it to my head, not my heart, Cowboy Nation. But we are a DT away in a quasi-legitimate linebacker away from being in elite defense. I think that we're going to generate the pressure. I think we're going to cover pretty well as far as our DBs and our safety room. They hitting. Dono hitting. They hitting.
Yeah, sure.
J-Rock hitting. Sure. So that's where we are. And then Bland, somebody said Bland is awesome. Yeah, Bland is going to have a hell of a year. So just be patient, well.
Let me ask you a question, because you said you feel like that they're going to roll Trayvon to the second best receiver. You think they'll do that even though he did a really good job? He's obviously the younger player.
Right.
Even though he did a really good job with the number 1s last year, you don't think that they allow him to continue to build on that and give the second
Gilly, just shut it down with Gilly on the number 2 wideouts?
Yeah.
And then you don't have to roll cover, huh? You just play the cover 3. I mean, that could flat out work too. We can just mix and match it all the way. And on top of that, we don't have to have our DBs now to trail and cover and follow. They can sit to their side.
Yeah.
Either way can work. I think that it's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble regardless, because a lot of people want that smoke from Trayvon Diggs because they believe that he's some sus player out there.
Facts.
But it's a reason why teams drop back. Let's go for Anthony Brown, 3rd and Brown. And then when Anthony Brown got hurt, let's go to whoever on that side.
There wasn't exactly. It was never the Trayvon Diggs option ever. Right.
Never ever. Look, Jacksonville Jaguars won last year.
Yeah.
They beat us. But it was 503 yards. 503 yards on other side, not on Diggs side. So that's just how that goes, y'all.
Yeah. And I think they relatively kind of stay the same. I think they put Gilly on 2. They keep Trayvon on 1. Again, he did good. Either way, it doesn't, like you said, it could go either way. Either way, you got to make a choice. Okay, you got to make it. You got to make a decision. Good luck on the decision that you decide to make. Because as the years go on, Trayvon's confidence is just getting better. No, he did not have the interceptions that he had the year before, but you also wasn't throwing his way. He also wasn't getting ate up for all those yards. I still need Trayvon to not bite. God daggone, man, he be biting sometimes on them routes. Like,
I already know when Trayvon be biting on them things. We be like, damn,
man. I'm like, damn, no. So, but again, that comes with experience. That comes with practice.
It also comes with less of hate too. Correct. Because remember 2021, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, even Tupac and Biggie climbing out of the grave talking about yards allowed.
I ain't hear none of that for Jalen Ramsey. Right. Jalen Ramsey, one of his years, gave up like 900 yards.
Yeah.
None of that.
None of that.
But he's a Cowboy, so it's fine.
Yeah. So Cowboy they mentioned, and then last year nobody mentioned yards allowed.
No. Yeah. And I'm glad that he cleaned that up. So I think that he'll really, really, really boss up this year, man. Because again, he's gonna seemingly seem like I don't want to say the worst cornerback or the lesser of the two. I don't even want to say that, but you're gonna seemingly feel like you're gonna try your luck there instead of Gilly's side. And again, I think he's gonna make them pay. So that's who I got. I got Full on offense. I got Diggs on defense.
No doubt. Hey,
I also think that this will be a really good year for DeMarcus Lawrence too.
That's my guy. You can't run his way. And he was a guy at one point, every other game, he would force a fumble or he'll pick a ball off or he would do something that can solidify the game. But this would be a scenario I'm ready to see 54. Sam, I'm ready to see him out there.
Somebody mentioned that in the comments.
I'm ready to see him
in the comments.
Yes, indeed. I thank y'all for the support. Perry Locke says, what's the next elite? Let me see. CeeDee Lamb would take the next step to elite with the new offense to be elite, I guess. Yes, he will be elite. I like what CeeDee Lamb brings to the table going into his 4th year now. Hey, he's about to show up and show out, man. He's about to be that dog out there. And somebody also threw in a super chat about would you keep Jordan Lewis or save the $4 million? That's $4 million. I keep him, What you got? I keep him though. What you got?
I ain't mad at it. It's $4 million.
$4 million. It was 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying?
Now come on. It's $4 million. I'm not mad. I to be honest, I'm not mad either way. If they decide to keep him cool, if he walk, cool too.
I mean, when healthy, he finished the season with 3 INTs. So I would like to lean on that. So, and then last year he had the INT before his leg got all snapped up. So he would be a good, serviceable backup now. Wally pipped. It's doggone Dayron Bland time for your mind, baby. So that's how I look at it.
I'm ready for Bland. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm ready for Bland. He had six picks on the year last year?
Oh yeah, he had 5, y'all. What he had?
He had like 5 or 6 picks last season. Yeah.
So I'm rolling with that. With that.
I like that too.
Action Powell says, what you think about Brian Broader saying that they out on Wags? I
didn't see that. Is that new?
It could be new. It could be. I'm just gonna say this right quick. If Wags fool around and sign to a team for like 6 or 7 million, I'm moving furniture. Around here. Like, dog, you better bring in Bobby Wags for 1 year. And if it's $4 million difference, then goodbye, Jordan Lewis.
For sure. Now he really can walk now.
He can walk.
He really can go now. No, I'm with that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm seeing people in the chat saying, not too much on Brian, y'all. Bro, this is dope. I'm seeing a couple people saying that he might be out. The ship has sailed. He's saying that ship sailed with Wags. I hope not.
I heard a report from Michael Lombardi.
Yeah.
Last week he was saying that, Wags is washed or he's not who he was. And I'm sitting there like, dude did that. He did 6 sacks, 2 INTs at being washed.
Not
what kind of wash is that?
Not to mention, we don't need him to be the star on the defense. There's pieces around him that's gonna make his job easier as well.
Man.
So I mean, we're not looking for him to come in and be LOB Bobby Wagner.
And that's a lot of times people look at it not from they don't look at it as a collective.
Correct.
Right. They look at it as, oh, well, he is XYZ age, right? And just like last year, we brought in T.Y. Hilton, 33 years of age. Yes, that's a long tooth.
That's a very long tooth.
That's a long tooth. Don't give him an apple. That is coming up out of that.
Don't give him an apple. It's crazy long.
Don't give him that. He can't bite down on that. It's going to be gone. That tooth gone. So what I'm trying to say here, y'all, no gum line.
What is wrong with you, man?
Ain't no gum line on that tooth, man. That's a long tooth. Hold on right quick. Yeah, hold on right quick. Yes, indeed. Hold on.
Listen, y'all, talk to me. My man Law had to step off. Y'all tell me. We're gonna talk tight ends as well, because Dalton Schultz then went down the street. He ain't with the Cowboys no more. He's with the Texans. So y'all talk to me about that. Are y'all upset that we let Schultz walk? I can tell you now, I ain't mad at it. He was cool. Schultz was all right. But I wouldn't be mad about us picking up a tight end in the draft. So y'all gotta let me know what's up. I like what Ferguson did last season for us. I think that he was fine. Folks just gotta stay healthy, of course. I'm seeing bye Schultz. Y'all are wild.
I'm back. What I missed, man?
Man, listen, I pivoted to tight ends. We let
you did.
Schultz walk. He down the street with the Houston Texans now. So I was asking the people how they feel about Schultz being gone. Are we upset? Are we happy? Majority of the people is like, oh, right. And somebody just mentioned Hendershot. A lot of people were saying they ain't mad at Schultz being gone. Obviously we like what we saw from Ferguson, last season too. So what you think?
I would tell you all this right here.
Yeah.
Ferguson and Hendershot should open up the offense a little bit more. I think that if they want to use that Schultz type of tight end, we got it already in-house. His name is Sean McEwen. So I don't want us to overanalyze the tight end spot. Yeah. I get it. Schultz here. Look, Schultz wasn't Schultz until he replaced Blake Jarwin. Remember? Schultz, a lot of people were like, hey, man. Oh, man, what we going to do, man? Blake down, y'all. Blake can't do anything, man. What we gonna do, Law? We done. And then here's Schultz. I said, Schultz, look at Schultz. He can catch,
Yeah,
and then he went from Schultz literally went from being a blocking tight end only to a guy that can now catch. But keep in mind, we had Jeff Swain, we had some other guy, we had Schultz, we had Blake Jarwin. So it was like one of those things. So Schultz wasn't Schultz until Jarwin got hurt and Jarwin got down. So I can tell y'all right now, the same love affair that y'all had for Blake Jarwin and Schultz, it will be the same love affair that you have for Ferguson. That's Ferguson and Hendershot together.
Will we ever have another Jason Witten type tight end? Just that reliable guy, homegrown. He ain't going nowhere. Always find a way to be open on 3rd and 8. Like, I don't know how these teams never found a way. Oh my God! And you're talking about Mr. Reliable. Jason Witten was Mr. Reliable, man. If it's money on a 3rd and 5, he there. You sure? You're sure? We're converting on the 3rd and 5. You know what I mean?
He's money.
I miss those days, man. I miss those days, and obviously that's a big part of that needs to be a big part of the offense. The tight end group.
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna get that? Will we ever get our Jason Witten, our Travis Kelce, our Mark Andrews, our George Kittle?
I think that the only reason why we had Jason Witten, it was because of Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
And you see how long of a good coach, when they find something good, you see how long that lasts, right? So my thing is with Jason Witten, man, playing with a busted spleen, jawline gone. You know what I'm saying? Getting out there, can only drink and eat through a straw, right? But all of a sudden, this dude came out there. He was that gladiator for us, and he did a good thing for us. Now, can you find that in these days of football? No, we won't find that. But I can tell you, with Mike McCarthy, he have his fingerprints on his team now. You will see a tight end flourishing. You remember Jermichael Finley. We remember what Martellus Bennett did when he went over to Green Bay. The list goes on and on. The list is longer than Shaq's feet. You know? So he know how to work these tight ends, man. I'm for real.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned Jay Novacek in the chat. Let me tell you something. My mama loved her some Jay Novacek, baby. Yeah. Y'all took it back with Jay Novacek right there. My mama, man, if I ain't no player outside of, growing up outside of Emmett, Irv, and Aikman, I knew about Jay Novacek. I ain't know nobody. I knew about Jay Novacek.
That 84. Troy will drop back. Hey, it's third and long. Where you going to go, Troy? 84. Everybody, mama, cousin, uncle, Tupac, they knew he was still alive. He was still alive during that time. Hey, they knew he was going to 84. Don't say 4.
And that is definitely what Jason Witten was as. And I think like you said, Hendershot, Ferguson, they'll be good. Once that tight end group started to come alive last season, it looked really, really good. I mean, our offense looked virtually unstoppable when you got everything like that working. Dak his legs, the run game, the wide receivers doing their job, the tight ends coming alive, So yeah, I'm excited to see what we'll do, but I ain't mad at Schultz. I ain't mad at him. I heard he went right around the corner. They say he went right around the corner.
He went down the street. And here's the thing is with this. The Cowboys will present something and it will look good. And it was 13 personnel, 14 personnel. And Schultz was looking at that tape. He said, I'm about to get back. What PCL injury I got? I'm getting back out there, man. That's precious money that I'm losing. So now he can reclaim his name and show what he can do for the Houston Texans. But we'll find out. Man.
How old is Schultz exactly? He's young.
24, 25, something like that. He's young.
Easy. He's young. He's in his prime. Did well for us. I really like Ferguson though.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm thinking
Jake Ferguson, right? Or Hendershot?
Is he the one with the tats on his arm?
No, that's Hendershot.
And I like Hendershot too.
Hendershot a little thug, he a little thug.
He does, man. Hendershot, I'm really interested in seeing him like blow the top off some stuff, next season. This season coming up. I liked what I saw from Hendershot last year. I think I might like him better than Ferguson, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, I think I might like him better than that.
We'll see.
Maybe grab a tight end in the draft.
I think so. They will. I seen people saying Dalton Kincaid, but there's another Washington out there. His name is Darnell. He's 6'7", 272 pounds. Played for Georgia Bulldogs, and that Washington there.
You ain't mad at that Washington.
I ain't mad at that one. You can line them up in line, off line. Look, Law tight end's terrible in the draft in the first round. Well, I can make an exception. He's not just a tight end. He's an offensive lineman that's athletic. You know what I'm saying? That he can literally high point the ball, can be a red zone threat for you. It's just that with tight ends, it's one of the hardest spots to learn in the National Football League because of the duties and the things that you have to learn to get out there to play. So it is rough for a tight end to get out there to play immediately.
And obviously blocking is something that we would like as well.
Right.
Again, shout out to George Kittle. He's a hell of a blocking tight end, man. You know what I mean? So we definitely If this guy from Georgia can do that.
I'm just look him up. Watch. Look, type into your YouTube after the show, type in Darnell Washington.
Should I put all the A's in it like you say his name?
I mean, it probably show up and you probably see my face then. But just type it in Norman. No. Yeah, I ain't 6'7". If I was 6'7", I would be still in the league somewhere. I'll be somewhere in the league. They'd be like, yeah, that dude right there, Law Nation, dog.
I'm gonna definitely check him out. So you take him at what? Second round?
You see, that's the problem. We're at that spot that either you're gonna go with him at the 26th or you will never see him again, because I don't think that he will fall to the 58 pick. So here's what the Cowboys can do. There's a guy by the name of Dewan Jones for the Ohio States. He's a mountain, offensive tackle, right tackle. I think he can flex him. He can probably play left tackle if given time, but we don't really need help on the left side. But I'm looking at it like this. This dude is a mountain. This dude is physically athletic, gifted. You can probably go with offensive lineman with the 26th pick versus going with a tight end. But my only thing is with the Cowboys, if you really want Darnell Washington, you're going to have to scoop him up with the 26th spot. And that will hurt because I think that he is kind of like mid-tier second round guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do is stick to your guns, pick an interior guy on the defense, because I love defense, because that's the only spot that we need help at DT, right? Or and possible linebacker. And in the second round, just trade up, get who you want.
This has changed since about 2 weeks ago, maybe for you. But this is probably something I'm going to ask you probably every 2 weeks until the draft.
Okay.
Who do you go at 26? I want to know if it changed, because I don't think I asked you this question for the last 2 weeks. Comments, folks in the chat. Things have changed. We got.
Let me see what the people said.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We've gotten some help. We've addressed some of the major areas we've needed to. So now, and again, this is the beauty, is that we're not as dependent on the draft like we talked about. So who do we go at 26? This is going to change again probably when I ask y'all in 2 weeks, because I don't believe Dallas is done making moves. I don't think they're done. So who do y'all go at 26 in a perfect world?
You see how quick it changed, because they had a Deontay Banks. If you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, I was heavy on the DB kid, but now that changed since we got Gilly, right? If you asked me 3 weeks ago, I was heavy on Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now we got Brandon Cooks, So I know we go with BPA. There was somebody put in there, whoever's BPA, whoever's best player available, right? But I'm rolling with my girl Brandy, defensive tackle. You build from the core. You can have big biceps, strong legs, but if your core ain't together, you hit them in the belly one time, they going straight to their knees, right? They shaking. They can't do chin-ups or pull-ups and stuff like that. So I'm looking at it like, if you really want to grow your team, build from the inside out, build from the core out. So we've been talking about, hey, what about bringing this big boy in? What about going to get that big boy? Just draft your own. Russell Maryland was a good asset to us in the 90s. And look what that did for us, y'all. O-line, D-line. That's what people are saying in the chat.
What they saying?
O-line, D-line. They ain't giving out names yet.
DT.
Now, that's my guy right there, Cansey. But right now on the street, a lot of people don't like him because he's 6'1", 281. They want 300 or 330.
They want a little bigger. Right.
They want a little bit bigger, though. And I feel him on that. They said Mozzie. He's a big boy, 330, 30, right at 335-ish pounds, 6'3", from Michigan.
Okay, I'm
Strong hands, but he got short arms. He like the T-Rex out there. You know what I'm saying? How you stack and get disengaged, man, with the Tyrannosaurus Rex arm. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want trenches, you know.
Now
See
y'all
what I
want
did?
trenches. Let me tell you something. That's always the vibe. Trenches is always the vibe. Let's be very clear. Yeah. I saw some folks said offensive tackle.
Tackle, yeah. See, the reason why they say tackle, because tackles is easier for a tackle to become a tackle to guard versus a guard to tackle. So that's why a lot of people are saying tackle. And for example, 3 weeks ago, I believe you said Trent, right? Simpson. And you was on an island. A lot of people was dogging you a little bit. They're like, man, nah, he ain't no Michael Parsons, blah, blah, blah. Now you do most draft reports. Guess who the number 1 linebacker coming out of the draft this year?
Thank me later. Do we got some hand clap?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Law. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not here to, pump my chest out or nothing like that. I mean, it's obvious. You can tell good talent when you see good talent. So I'm with that. But yeah, let me see who else. Nose tackle. People are saying do not take a DT at 26.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Any DT would not be the sexy pick.
Of course.
It's not going to be the Ferrari. It's not going to be the Maserati. It's not going to be the Aston Martin. None of that stuff. It's going to be like your pickup truck. And you be like, man, I don't want that, man. I want some 22s or some 24s, man. I want the nice, man. I want to be able to pull up and make some head turns around this mug right here. But defensive tackle won't do that for you. Nor did Tyler Smith did that for us last season. But he was the right choice.
I got somebody asking me. Somebody just texted me. Not somebody. My guy, my co-host Heavy from Sports After Dark. Make sure y'all tap into Sports After Dark tonight. We running the show for sure tonight on Twitter. I'll drop all of that once we're done here. He wants to know from you and the chat. Would we take Jalen Carter if he fell that far from Georgia?
You know, he fall that far. There's only one team that'll be willing to take him. You know what I'm saying? It would be the Dallas Cowboys. And I get it. You know, a lot of people look at him and say, hey, man, you know, he got his off-field situations. Here's the Cowboys taking a reach at a guy that could be suspended, a whole bunch of other things, X, Y, and Z. And a lot of people have their questions on his combine, his results of what he did. He looked overweight, he flabby, he gained 9 pounds. But shoot, if you had a criminal case against you and they talking about running through some hoops and jumping into a sand pit, yes, your numbers will be there. You'll be eating stressfully, right? But Jalen Carter, hands down, is one of your better picks out of this situation. So it's a no-brainer for me when you start talking about that, because I don't look at it as an isolated situation. I'm looking at it as Dan Quinn. He put those hands on him. You know what I'm saying? He go from
bring
here.
Bring him on over. Bring
him on over. It's true. You know, hey, those guys with those type of backgrounds fool around, come over here. Shoot. It's equivalent to somebody saying,
let's not act like we ain't used to some trouble over here. And
come on, man.
We love a good cleanup project anyway in Big D. So let's not act like we ain't, you know, we might be the safe haven for convicts a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Low key. We bring, or not convicts, because, you know, it's nothing like that. But you know what I mean? Like, folks that are in trouble, we got you. You know what I'm saying? And looking at this boy's highlights. Big boy, big boy, athletic, disruptive. I'm looking at all this right. Oh man,
you talking about Carter right now?
I'm looking at Jalen, man.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Jalen right now, man. Fast, quick. Soon as that speed is there.
Yeah,
from the jump.
It's there. The hand technique is there. Even though he probably like pad levels, he gonna have to work on it, keep them low. I mean, all of these guys are not finished products. Everybody got to get their. They got to get it out of the mud, and they got to get their sweat equity going on and things like that. So yes, you're gonna have to work hard to get that starting lineup, because Big Bo ain't gonna sit there and say, all right, Mozzie, Cansey, Carter. Big Bo ain't gonna say, okay, it's yours.
Yeah.
I mean, none of these boys on this front is gonna say, I'm gonna give you that spot. Nor did Dante Fowler or Dorrance Armstrong gave it to Sam Williams.
Dante Fowler was a good re-signing as well. We didn't mention that on the show. I wanted to say that before we depart,
because I know you got that other show.
Dante Fowler, that's a good pickup. That was a good re-sign for us, for sure.
Yes, and shout out to you, Choctaw. He says, Shorty, you're talking to Montana. I'm already scouting for the 2025 draft prospects, but I played trenches, so I know what it takes to win trenches, to win a Super Bowl. I appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Ash, tell people where they can find and follow you, and especially what you're about to do in a few.
Absolutely. First of all, dope show. I enjoyed the conversation. I always enjoy y'all letting me just vent, get it all off my chest. You know what I do? I vent. I'm upset. I do what I do. Y'all talk me down. Let me know what they at. So this is what family do. This is what family do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Law Nation. Yes, y'all definitely can check me out on social media at AshleyBaker_21. That's my Twitter page. Law just put up. I appreciate that, Law. Follow me there. It's the same on Instagram. It's the same on TikTok. And about a half hour, well, at this point, probably about 15, 20 minutes, we are going live on the Twitter Spaces, Sports After Dark. As you can see the flyer there, myself, Mark Gunnels, Dave, aka Young Heavy, and my guy C-Lou, Drop Pause. Listen, we're all on Twitter. Make sure that y'all follow all my guys. And we even have a DJ. This is a new format. You see, we got a DJ. He's out of town right now, so he's not available right now. But
go DJ.
We got a DJ that opened up the show for us and closed the show for us, y'all. So it's a vibe. Always, if you up there, there was a couple of folks that have actually been in the Twitter space, Law, from this show.
Oh wow.
So they watched us on Law Nation. And wanted to come, so I always, we always appreciate that. Come grab a mic, rap with us, talk with us. We had a dope NFL conversation last night. We talked about elite quarterbacks. Trying to rank from last year, based on last year, elite quarterbacks into this year. And it was tough. We didn't even get through it. We obviously it's Mahomes and like everybody else, but how does the tier work with everybody else? So it was a good time.
All right, so who was in tier one though?
So it's Mahomes, and then he's at the tippy top.
Oh, he's by himself. All by himself.
They had him by himself. And then we had the second tier being Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. This is based off of last year. Go ahead. Hit it.
Where my button at, man? Where my button at?
I didn't want. Listen, I tried to fight it.
All right, so Jalen. Jalen Hurts. Okay, Burrows and Jalen Hurts.
Tier 3.
Wait a minute. That's the only two.
That was it for tier 2. Tier 3, they had Allen, Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. Tier 4, I don't even think we got the tier 4. We might do it again tonight. If y'all want to come back.
Y'all do it again tonight, man. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and y'all change the terrain because, man, come on now. Y'all put a running back up there in tier 2.
I was trying to listen. You know what I was trying to do.
I know you were trying. Don't let me do my thing in Sports After Dark, man. I need y'all to slide through. Make sure you slide through. Just I would recommend following the page directly. It's Sports A Dark _ SPORTS A Dark _ Go directly to the page. You'll see when the you can go ahead and
set the reminder. You'll see when the space go live. And, we might get into that tonight. But it is NBA season, so we're heavy in NBA talk at the moment. But, obviously, we're NFL space, man. And people don't let us not talk NFL. So.
Oh, wow. Who's winning right now? The Mavs versus the...
So the Mavs and the Warriors are on now.
Oh, yeah.
I put in a ticket, and I think my ticket is dead, so I'm upset about that. I be betting a little bit, Law.
I mean, we got the parlays over here too. Underdog, use promo code Underdog. Law Nation, use Law. Use Law Underdog, man. We'll give you $100. We'll match you $100. It's in the information in the description box. So if y'all want to make some money, man.
Y'all here making some money, man. Yeah, so make sure that y'all tap in and make sure that y'all keep supporting and tapping in Laws Nation, man. Listen, I got a quick story for you.
Go ahead.
I have one of my best friends. She's one of the sports reporters for Philadelphia ABC 6. Renee Washington. Make sure y'all go follow her 3 times on Girl is dope.
Yeah, okay.
She's coming out of the building, and the security guy. He's probably gonna watch this, and so hey, security guy, he's probably gonna watch this. The security guy is like, "Hey, do you know her?" And he shows her his phone, and he's watching us on the show.
Oh wow!
So just to let you know, Law, you know what I'm saying? You reaching the masses, man. He say he been watching you for years, bro. Like he really appreciates you. You do all things Cowboys, so keep doing your thing. You dope. I can see it from the comments and how many people tune in when we're on, man. So keep doing your thing. We need folks definitely like you, where it's just all Cowboys for sure.
And where were you at that time again?
I was home. She was at work. This was in Philly.
In Philly, that's what I love to hear right there. Oh my goodness, I love it because Law Nation is international and as well as worldwide, statewide, East Coast wide, West Coast wide. I love it, and as I grow, we all grow. Yes, indeed. We got kids growing beards now. Y'all be sure to watch Ash tonight. Y'all be sure to put in. And say, everybody, y'all already know how about them Cowboys. One way or another, let's continue to grind to shine, baby. Let's go. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Shout out to Clay, though. Although he played for the Warriors, right? Ja Morant coming off suspension, right?
He's in tonight.
Yeah. Let's go, Ja. Hey, it's a shame we didn't get a chance to talk about 6ix9ine. The moral of the story is, when you fight, keep your shoes on. Who took the man's shoes, man? We out. DC for life. Salute. You saw him, he had no shoes on.
You are ridiculous.
Them socks had him sliding and slipping.